I want to welcome two congressmen, Republicans Brian Babin of Texas and Republican Paul Gosar of Arizona. Gentlemen, welcome and Happy New Year to you both.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
With you.
Congressman Gosar, let me start with you. The allegations against both of these candidates in Georgia are really outrageous. You would think in any normal time they would not stand a chance against two very strong candidates. What do you make of the race there? And tell me, in your opinion, just how important this thing is.
This is very important. Yeah, when you see Raphael Warnock may be the most liberal, progressive person to ever sign up to be try to be a U.S. senator. So it hinges on the future of freedom, liberty, or to be dependent upon the federal government in a communist state. That socialism aspect where wealth is redistributed. So for that standpoint, it's really big. We have to have a checks and balances, particularly if Joe Biden is declared the winner. We have to have a checks and balance on where we're going.
Yeah. Congressman Babin, on that aspect, a lot of people in Georgia who are very fearful about their vote and it being counted properly in Georgia. I respect a guy like Lin Wood who's fighting for the presidency, but he comes out and he says, I wouldn't even vote if it's not fixed. I've been telling everybody out there, you have got to get out and vote if you live in Georgia. You can't even consider not voting. Am I right, Congressman Babin?
You are absolutely right, Grant. For Mr. Wood to kind of a veiled suggestion to not get out and vote, I think, is very, very foolhardy. And the Georgia Senate runoff races are the battle, as you said in the beginning, they are the battle for America's future. It is absolutely critical that Republicans maintain the majority in the U.S. Senate, and Georgia voters have absolutely got to get to the polls and save this country. It's not just Georgia, folks. It is America on the line, and to stay home would be the most foolish thing in the world. And Americans deserve a fair and transparent election. And, our very transfer of power in a peaceful manner from one administration to the next is on the line. And if we don't trust our election process, then we are in big trouble for transferring of that in a peaceful manner. And these Georgia hearings, that subcommittee, go ahead.
Well, I want to ask you on that front, Congressman, talk about the peaceful transfer of power. Our founding fathers have set up a system to contest certain results in states if it looks like fraud was involved. And I'll go to Congressman Gosar. You and Congressman Babin and a whole host of others have joined Mo Brooks from Alabama in saying you will contest the Electoral College coming up on January 6th. Now you have finally a senator who has stood up and said they will do this, in Josh Hawley. What do you make of the plan? I'm fearful there's no way this works, though, because you got Nancy Pelosi in the House to deal with.
Well, the thing about it is our framers put this together very interestingly. The power will rest with the vice president. So we want to make our case. I'm going to speak on behalf of Arizona. We have fraud here. We've got a governor, a secretary of state, a board of supervisors that will not let us access the machines or the ballots. And particularly in a situation where you want to be transparent, what do they have to hide? This is a win-win situation. If there was no problems, then people would gravitate to that. But the vice president takes on a very different role in this next week, and so he will be pivotal, as well as the members of Congress putting out their viewpoints and their material to contest it. And it will go from Michigan to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona.
Yeah. So, Congressman Babin, with relating to Vice President Pence, he's now made indications he's not going to use the Louis Gohmert plan of saying, hey, I'm not going to accept ballots from Michigan or Georgia or Pennsylvania or these other states. He even has indications that he's leaving the country on January 7th. I don't blame him no matter which way it goes, but you have any faith in the Pence plan, as Louis Gohmert has put it, to be kind of a firewall for all of this, Congressman Babin?
Well, we're on ground that is not tread upon very often. And I think that Vice President Pence is a very, very strong supporter of President Trump, and I trust him to do what's right. I'm not an attorney. I'm a dentist. It's just like Paul Gosar is. You got two dentists on your show tonight, and we try to get to the root of the problem. But I want to tell you, I'm fighting very, very hard to stop the steal for every freedom-loving American in this country, and I'm very proud and ready to stand up and object to the Electoral College vote submissions on the House floor on January the 6th. And I think that this is a chance that we have to take, and we're absolutely. We've got Josh Hawley now on the Senate side, which is going to be very helpful to us. And the Georgia hearings today, I think, were they just show so much of that there was some weird, very strange, and very unethical things that were going on. And I hope that we do get this forensic audit of Fulton County, and that we will investigate this switch of 12,173 votes that were flipped from Trump to Biden. And I'm ready to do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you must be working part-time as a producer, because the next segment, we're going to get into exactly what was going on at that Georgia hearing and what some of the fraud that's been uncovered. I will tell you, I hope from both of you, and the strength and courage you're showing to standing up and saying no. Josh Hawley now, and you've got the Tuberman also looking like he's going to say no. I hope the state legislators across this country that can do something and take back these electors, including in your state of Arizona, Paul Gosar, I hope they act and they feed off the courage that you men are showing and the others. So with that, we'll see what happens next week. Brian Babin, Paul Gosar, both of you, thank you for coming on tonight. And again, Happy New Year to the both of you.
Happy New Year. Keep the faith.